Sony Live. We live to entertain. Download the app.
Toss time. I'm here with the captains, Virat Kohli of India, Jason Holder of the West Indies. Our match referee, Mr. David Boone, is with us. Jason Holder has the coin. He'll give it a toss. Heads is the call. And it's?
That's a tail, Jason.
It's a tail. Jason Holder, you've won the toss. What are you going to do?
How are we going to feel first? We've been going well with the ball in the last few series. The consistency, I don't feel will change much. Hopefully our guys can make me the ball count and get some wickets.
Yeah, you've had the chance to assess this pitch. What do you make of it?
No, it looks a good surface. The last few times we played here, it seemed to be pretty good. I didn't change much. So I expect the same thing today.
You're getting the chance to bat first. What do you make of the conditions here at the Queen's Park Oval?
The wicket looks pretty good yesterday. It was pretty dry. It's been watered on top and been rolled nicely. We would have batted first in any case, so not a bad thing for us. We think the wicket's going to slow down because the surface looks pretty dry, and once the initial moisture, whatever it is, dries off, then it should be a pretty good track to bat on.
And the teams are in, the umpires are in. The two official umpires today in this series, which is Ajinkya Rahane, having lost his place in the 11. Lost his form a bit in the ODIs. Had to make way for Rohit.
Maybe in some places, Ajinkya Rahane, lots of experience, has had his battles staying in what has been a very powerful Indian batting lineup. Rohit Sharma is off, so he's back again with another opportunity to...
An important member of that side. And on the other hand, Shikhar Dhawan had lost his place in the middle to KL Rahul, but an injury gave him the opportunity, and boy, did he grab it with both hands. 82 matches in his ODI career so far, an average, a very, very healthy average of 44. 10 hundreds, a strike rate of 91. Declared a wide, which is an interesting call by Joel Wilson. Not too far off the tram line. And what do you make of the...
He's got a chance to play some international cricket, and he's done pretty decently.
Shikhar Dhawan wanted that single. Bit of a minor fumble, outstanding fielding there. Jason Mohammed that covers yes and no. You can see that he's not played. Cut away. Through point. The first boundary to Shikhar Dhawan.
And we were talking about in the last over that you've got to pitch the ball up on a track like this. This is short and right in the wheelhouse of Shikhar Dhawan. He's very good in that area. Brilliant timer of the ball. Just got on top of that and didn't look to hit it too hard.
Driven, beats the man at point. Not the biggest of boundaries. Shikhar Dhawan gets his second boundary.
It's been hit for 4, but don't think it was a particularly bad delivery. He played it well, played it late, because it didn't really come onto the bat. Carried in the air for some time, and that's the area.
This time, as you praise him, pitches one, gives him the room. A boundary for Ajinkya Rahane. 27 for no. Lot of width. A tennis shot over covers. And that's the inconsistency you're talking about.
Not very smart thinking. On a slow pitch, Jason Holder, you can't say is a tearaway fast bowler. Doesn't have the kind of pace to be bowling this length. And that got smacked. Almost went for 6.
It's 62 meters towards that side which you're talking about.
In the gap for 4. The moment you get one, just the extra confidence. The man behind point, man in front. But it didn't matter because Ajinkya Rahane's ball was going where there was no fielder.
Amazing. Right on the top of the bounce. Enough room to play that shot. Look at this. He's not left anything behind. Just got on top of the bounce. Lovely. Just timed it.
I say it's like a third almost. And then in the gap for 4 more. The sound on that was incredible. I mean, most bats make a very pleasant sound if you're a batsman these days. But this one was the front foot.
Brilliant. We saw some brilliance of the back foot, and now here it is. Off the front foot, full face of the bat. Didn't have to run for that.
The reason everybody has time for Ajinkya Rahane is stills like those. I mean, I know we're seeing video, but if you just pause at the point at which you play 30 overs, that's 6 and over too. And that really runs down to third man. It's an area Ajinkya Rahane likes playing in, and it's an area that's getting runs once again. 50 comes up for India. 14 times these two have opened, 7th 50 run partnership between these two. They're playing it really late. Now he's thinking, was that a ball? 28 of 34, 25 of 32. So 55 the partnership, 11 overs gone. That's the point Zahir Khan was making earlier today as well. I asked him, if you're a bowler, you see the opposition 45 for no loss. He said he's worried. Easy, so much time. Almost as he was sitting back and waiting for the ball and deciding, right, how much with the right of mid-on should I play it? 130 kilometers an hour from Miguel Cummins.
Just brilliant. Went on the back foot. It's lovely to see these shots. And he's capable of playing all around. You've seen some shots of back foot on the offside.
Ajinkya Rahane, where is the ball? It's amazing, you're so close to the ball and you don't know where it is. And they keep going round in circles. I've seen this so often with batsmen.
Tried to play it late, hence going it over the stumps. He knew that he's in trouble, but he just didn't know where the ball was.
Okay, one circle, then the second circle is a safe distance away. It looked funnier in the replays, I can assure you. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Watch this all day. Not a big flourish, just timing, which is his great strength. The bat speed perfect. And you knew it was only headed one way.
Just amazing. Full face of the bat. This time through mid-off. He's got all the shots all around, and look at this. Straight bat, and what timing. As soon as he's hit that, he knew it's full.
Swept away. Another boundary, square off the wicket.
That's one of his release shots. You know, last over was a maiden over bowled to him. He kept it tight, didn't give him much room. The first opportunity that he got to sweep the ball, especially with these new rules that you have, that you can only have 5 fielders outside. So you'll always have to take a chance. Either keep the square leg in.
Pulled away in the gap. It was short and he swiveled on it. Another boundary for Shikhar Dhawan. End of the over, 74 without loss.
There you go, once again, square of the wicket. Oh, this time he did make an effort, but it's gone through. Slip or no slip, 81 for no loss. That strike rate that you're seeing at the moment.
Stifled appeal again. On the leg side was their bat on this delivery. Good work from Shai Hope behind the stumps. Was a slower delivery, just rolled his fingers across the seam.
Now everybody's looking forward to the tour of West Indies. If you're in, that's how he's going to get to his 50. We're unlucky there.
He'll take it nonetheless.
fine innings thus far. 21 overs gone. It's 104 without loss.
And that's gone for 6 and 50 for Shikhar Dhawan.
Brilliant. Continuing with the fine form he's been in throughout the Champions Trophy. Scored another 50 with a superb shot over square leg. What a form he is in.
That's his 20th ODI 50 and 4th versus the West Indies. And he'll get 4 there. The second educated outside edge he's played. Ajinkya Rahane brings the over to an end. 23 gone. It's 120 without.
Different.
Well, he got it right this time. Got it square enough, Shikhar Dhawan. Another boundary. Really poor delivery from Devendra Bishu. Brings up the highest opening partnership for India in the West Indies. That's really just a half. That's going to be out. Slower delivery. Got into it a bit too early, Rahane, and the West Indies pick up the first wicket. Well, he signaled his intention that he was going to get after the bowling, Rahane, and didn't get hold of that one at all. Seemed to have hit high on the bat. May have gone into it.
Natural angle for him which he can make use of, and here is it another superb shot over square leg for a 6.
Well, it's just that length from Alzarri Joseph, too short, and deposited over mid-wicket. 147 for 1.
The perfect length.
Just helps it. Shikhar Dhawan, his signature shot. If you get to his legs, he will dispatch you.
Yeah, and the quicker you bowl, the quicker you go, because look at his left leg. It goes so across that anything on the onside, he has no other choice but pick it up. So he plays that pick-up shot, and the quicker the bowler, the quicker it goes to the boundary, because invariably you see that.
Attempts the pull shot. It's way in front of square, and he will get a boundary. The first in his innings. 31 overs gone. It's 166 for 1. Position under pressure. Stifled appeal. Took a long time and given. So the first wicket for Devendra Bishu via the LBW route.
They're having a chat whether to go for DRS. He has asked for it.
Well, we will have to wait and see. Concerns raised there by Virat Kohli and Shikhar Dhawan. No problems there. Legal delivery. I think the question will be whether it pitches in line or if there was bat on it. Doesn't really look like there's any contact with the bat. It looks like it pitches in line as well, so looks good if you're a West Indian supporter. No contact there. So we will have a look at the tracker now to see if it goes on to make contact with the stumps. Yes, everything being ticked off. It's a very good decision. And we will get the confirmation. So wicket number 2 for the West Indies. A big one. Shikhar Dhawan looking well set for another century in his career. So Yuvraj Singh, the veteran, comes to the crease, playing his 400th international match. 302 of those.
Oh, now what's that in the air? It is. Was a man at mid-wicket and he was well inside the 30-yard circle, Evan Lewis. Yuvraj timed that so well. It went straight in.
Yes, he struck this with a lot of power and timing. And it got to Evan Lewis quite quickly. Took a sharp catch. And disappointment for Yuvraj.
Today, as I said, very early start. The wind is now blowing. What a career. Average of 51, 9,300 runs. And remember, batting for major part of it at 5 and 6. Except for that early start when the long-haired young man batted at 3. And along with the hair, the position dropped in the batting order as well. Oops, sorry, dude. And in the gap easily. He stroked it so easily, so fluently. The moment he hit the gap, it was going to be 4.
Just trying to get this up into the block hole, Cummins. Overpitched. And dispatched.
Yes, and dispatched rather gently so as well. All he knew that all he had to do was find the space between two fielders. The timing was good anyway. But that's wide. But in Jadhav and Hardik Pandya, India have two very powerful hitters.
Well, the rain is back. And just about as heavy as it was when it put an end to play. Umpires having a look, and I don't think it's going to last much longer, and it won't.
Now, the funny thing was when it was raining there last time when they went off, right behind us on the road 10 yards away, not a drop of rain. And now, of course, they've got to go off because it's quite sharp. And everybody will run out onto the ground. But long before the groundsmen do, our sound people are up there ensuring the stump mics are all right. Some grim faces around. We only got on for an over and a bit, sadly. But this is one of those steady, irritating drizzles. It's not an angry storm that comes and vents its temper and blows away. This is irritating. Oh, there he goes, Colin Oliver. Oh, I remember the younger, slimmer Colin Oliver got there in half the time. And there he goes. There's this magnificent video of a young Colin Oliver winning a race to get there in time.
I liked how he pulled up the emergency brake at the end. But that's not looking good. That is not looking good. This looks like weather that's going to hang around for a bit. So it's going to change the nature of what happens later on in the afternoon, I'm sure. It's moving very slowly. Clouds look a bit angry. We just have to hope it doesn't get any heavier than this.
I thought the Caribbean didn't do anger, Jeffrey. I've yet to see anger in the Caribbean in all my visits here, but the wind is up as well.